And we are back with more What's Now, focusing on your health. Well, many of our health visits with our doctors have changed, especially to the virtual format. So how is that yearly physical adapted to become more user-friendly and to make more sense in this new virtual world? Where I recently spoke with Dr. Jeffrey Dlott all about this. Here's more.
If you've been avoiding the doctor's office during the pandemic, there's a way to get a snapshot of your overall health without having to go in. Imagine being able to have many of the tests that you typically get during an annual physical before even seeing a doctor. Joining us now to explain how annual physicals are being reimagined in 2022 is Dr. Jeffrey Dlott from Quest Direct, a testing service that empowers patients to manage and take control of their health care. Dr. Dlott, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
In the new year, what is most important for individuals to take stock of when it comes to their health?
That's a great question. What's most important that individuals should take stock of how they can re-engage with their annual screening that they postponed during the pandemic. This time of year, people tend to think about setting goals around weight loss, but it's really important to examine what's going on inside. And it's this annual screening that gives us those insights that helps us be proactive about our health and take those interventions that we need to do before things could possibly get worse.
And what has been the problem in recent times when it comes to people taking control of their health?
Yeah, ongoing concerns about the pandemic have stopped many people from going to their physician's office. And studies have shown that during the pandemic, that annual screening has decreased. And this is important. But what we have seen, though, is the emergence of the virtual healthcare visit and how consumers are engaging and enjoying the virtual healthcare background that they now have available to them.
Can you describe the new program launching that will help people access virtual preventative care?
Adults in the United States now have access to a virtual preventative screening program through Quest Direct, which is the consumer-initiated testing service of Quest Diagnostics. There, consumers will have access to over 100 different health data points that help them gain insight to their health. Many of these data include several of the same tests that that one's provider would order for them at their annual physician office, as well as the biometric. So we are thinking about this as a reimagined annual physical. In other words, you start out with the the questionnaire history, the biometrics and the lab data, and then you have time to think about it and reflect on what all this means so that you can have a meaningful and substantive discussion with your provider, or included in this service, if you don't have a provider or so elect, you could discuss with one of our clinicians through a scheduled one-on-one virtual healthcare appointment. And the last thing is we also provide, as part of this service, a health quotient score. This is a metric between 1 and 100 that helps give an overview of your health so that you could set healthy goals and track your progress against those goals.
And how exactly does the program work?
It starts out like this, very simple. You download the MyQuest app from the App Store. There you can purchase the comprehensive health profile. You then can complete the health risk assessment questionnaire and then schedule your appointment at one of 2,200 different patient service centers. When you make your appointment at the patient service center, it's very efficient. They'll check your weight, your blood pressure, and other biometrics, and then they'll collect your blood. Again, very efficient. 2 or 3 days later, you'll receive an email that your results are ready, and you go back to the portal on the app to review your results. The results are written in a way that are understandable and consumer friendly. But if you elect, you could share those results with your provider. It's very easy electronically, or you can schedule a one-on-one with one of our clinicians.
And can the program help people gauge their progress, and how can we learn more?
Yes, so to learn more, please visit questhealthscore.com. But again, this score is that summary, and it factors in your personal history, your family history, your wellness behaviors, and your laboratory and biometric data that gives you that baseline number that you can then use to help directionally manage your health.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jeffrey Dlott, for joining us today. Really appreciate this important information about taking control of our health in 2022 and how Quest Direct can help us with that. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you for having me.